Hi, welcome back. I have a project in mind, so I thought of sharing with you. So what you see here is a coaxial output. So this is how I see cable TV, but now this service is discontinued. So I thought of replacing this with Cat6 cable. So the trunking runs from here all the way to here into the cornice, and it runs all the way to this room. It comes up from here all the way down and goes through this wall, and it terminates here. After opening up the covers, I found out that the cables in room and hall are two separate cables terminating outside the flat, and only the ISP have access to it. So I'm not going to replace the coaxial cable with Cat6, but I'm just going to run the Cat6 alongside it. I have a phone point here, so what I can do is replace this faceplate to a RJ45 port, but for this room I need to change the whole thing. So the most troublesome part will be running the cable from that room to this room through the cornice. That's my nephew Alim helping me out. I'm cutting a section of the cornice to see how I can run the Cat6 cable through the existing trunking. Unfortunately, we found it quite challenging as the cables inside were overlapping one another, forcing us to rethink the initial plan. Nephew suggested we run the Cat6 cable inside the cornice instead of inside the trunking. It sounded doable, so we went ahead with it. I started to cut out the cornice on the other side so as to pull the Cat6 cable from one end to the other. We ran a cable puller, but it was getting stuck somewhere, so I started to cut out the cornice where there's a switch trunking. I started to pull the cable from the end to the part where I just cut.
From there also around here start.
I had to cut somewhere close to where it gets stuck. The cable was still getting stuck, so nephew took a photo with his handphone, and there was a chunk of plaster blocking the way, but lucky for us, there was a small opening, enough for a Cat6 cable to pass through. We made a number of holes from this room to the other room.